2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder in their house, Chesapeake Energy Arena. For the Thunder, they come into tonight's game after a loss to Boston. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. Here we are coming up on the All-Star break. Shaq, for guys that are in a groove, could this disrupt their rhythm?
You know, veterans know how to keep things rolling, Ernie. Some younger guys could be affected mentally because you know those young guys, they don't concentrate anyway. They have ADHD, ADD, APD, AUD, DOD, DAD, and all the other Ds.
E-I-E-I-O.
No doubt. With a knick-knack paddywhack. If you're on a hot streak and it's for real, it doesn't matter. It's going to continue. And if you kind of this team that when things don't go well and then all of a sudden you start to struggle, it's not real, Ernie. But I think this one's real.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. We're going to see you later.
A view of I-40 in Chesapeake Energy Arena, taken from the Skydance Bridge in Oklahoma City. That's our setting tonight. The Magic are out of Orlando and into this interconference game. And today marks the Chinese New Year. And what better way to celebrate than with the NBA? Right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Looking for a different outcome this time around, the Oklahoma City Thunder took the loss in their last matchup in this season series against the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Paul George has made a reputation as a dynamic two-way player. He said you can dominate a game in so many ways. It's always been my mindset. I just go out there and ball. Kevin, back to you.
Well, you love that versatility, D.A. Thank you. All-Star break coming up. The NBA is always looking for, Brent, ways to make it more entertaining, especially the All-Star game itself.
Well, I like that over the past couple seasons, the players have sort of honed in on the competition of the game and how it is that they want to find ways
It's made it better, hasn't it?
I think so. But we've talked about it, Kevin, that if you go back to some of the old salty dogs who talk about how there's no defense and we always used to grind it out. You know, the mid-'80s games were like 152 to 147. So
in an era of not a lot of scoring. Right?
It's been like this for a while, but I do like that the players have addressed it. I do like that the players want to seem like it's more competitive than we know it is. It's an exhibition. They put on a show, but they are aware of it.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Orlando, Fournier out there with Grant. Then it's Jordan, and it's Vucevic, and it's Isaac into the power forward. And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Here's Jordan. No good with the elbow jumper. George looking around. Ferguson's shot is good.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Now here's Jordan playing Brooklyn. He was nearly unstoppable. Shot from the low block, and Adams sends it back. It's stolen by Vucevic. Jordan finds Grant. Outside Fournier. There's the pass to Jordan. Shoots over Grant. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
Outside for George. No good on the 3. Magic have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Jordan dishes to Grant. Outside Jordan. Pass to Vucevic. The Magic again can't hit.
Yeah, they're a little bit cold here. 0 for 4 to get this one going.
Grant against Westbrook. Dishes to Adams. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Well, tough to stick with Steven Adams on that play. Great at diving into the open space after the massive screen.
Grant kicks to Jordan. To the inside. Here's Isaac. Misses and the dry spell continues.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Pass to George. Shoots it. Again, Oklahoma City.
Well, that's Paul George's game. Most accurate when somebody's feeding him and he's got his feet set.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And you know, when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles, it just makes the game easier.
Well, they not only had the right strategy, but they were very exact in their execution. And when the coaches call in the right plays, everything just looks seamless.
And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, Paul George.
Well, you just look at the scoring he's provided and the numbers he has put up, and it's a no-brainer. Rarely does someone carry an offense this much and not walk away with some form of hardware for their efforts.
The rebound by Steven Adams. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He kicks to George. Over Jordan. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's the three. But they'll get another chance. Grant outside. Trying to end the drought. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Grant.
Ooh, that has to be a relief. First bucket was a long time coming.
And you could see it in the faces of some of the players, just really anxious and amped up for this one. Let's see if this puts them on the right path.
Here's Ferguson. And Adams kicks to George. 6 on the shot clock. Another shot. That shot off. Great D that time from Vucevic. The Magic trail by 6. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
No doubt the size of Isaac is a problem for the defense. Excellent at using that long frame to draw contact.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line.
First free throw is good.
And the overall skill set that Isaac possesses really off the charts. A big man who can run the floor, but also with that wingspan can defend the rim.
And so he hits both. Westbrook with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Grant outside. Shot clock at 6. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
A shot by George, wide open, and they'll keep possession. Here's Ferguson. 6 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. The shot's good from Westbrook.
So explosive on the inside. Russell Westbrook, crazy athletic.
Jordan against George. Outside Jordan. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Nikola Vucevic. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging about 11 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good. Sometimes you raise your eyebrows at the things Steven Adams does athletically at his size. Almost impossible to stop him once he's at the rim.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. Of course, there's the Rockets, a game and a half out.
And you know, for the Thunder, they had plenty of doubters before the season started, but I can't imagine there's anybody out there that's taking them lightly anymore.
Well, how could you? They're a team that's actually feared at this point, and that is legit. They go into every single game, no matter who's the opponent, and they expect to win.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Jordan inside, defended by George. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field. Passes it to Adams. The pass to Ferguson. Side, George. Grant outside. Shoots over Isaac. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside Jordan. And he's good on the 3 ball. Jordan's got 7.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Ferguson. 8 points his last outing. On the wing, George. Guarded by Jordan.
It has to be frustrated out there right now. His teammates are really picking up the slack for a lackluster offensive night.
And it's sent back by George. Kicks to Westbrook. Grant surveying the D. Here's Ferguson. He's guarded by Fournier. Westbrook with a wide open look. Offline with his 3. George against Jordan. Over George. Jordan can't get it to go.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss. You know, every night that I get a chance to be called to do a broadcast and sit here courtside, I appreciate it so much to be able to watch Russell Westbrook this close. The combination of his motor and incredible talent, it's an all-time sort of run he's on, and great to watch it.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Jordan can't get it to go. Oklahoma City leading by 3. And George kicks to Ferguson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brent, we're seeing shorter training camps. I don't know if it adds to injuries or takes away from injuries with fresher bodies. What do you think about that whole philosophy?
I believe that the shorter training camp did lead itself and lend itself to more injuries last year. And one of the things that I'm concerned with, Kevin, just on a physiological level for players, is that what they are doing to prepare themselves for the season as an individual player, working on your weaknesses and doing those sort of things, is not the same as getting in the training camp and preparing yourself for your stamina, your endurance, and your wind. And I wonder if there will be some moves in the next couple seasons about trying to get off the individual training and get back to more of the endurance stamina training so that these little injuries are just not part of a season in the future.
Here are the Magic now. Patrick Patterson getting it to go from deep moments ago. Good on the bucket.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
So it's Orlando now after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Inside. Isaac kicks to Ross. Here's the Cobra. He's guarded by Schroeder. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Here's Ferguson. He's guarded by Ross. Ferguson, the pass to Schroeder. Fires, high post. Misses off the right iron.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Abrinas, defended by Gordon. Ferguson kicks it over to Schroeder. Tipped away. Here's the Cobra. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
Now here's Schroeder. Pass to Ferguson. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded by Ross. To the right side. From the arc. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
The Cobra passes to Gordon. Now Ross fires from deep. And it's Noel with the rebound. There's 1:54 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Patterson. A three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's the Cobra. He's guarded by Schroeder. The 19-foot shot. No good from Ross.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
The Magic again can't hit.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
The Magic trail by 9. Here's the Cobra. Pass to Birch. Here's the Cobra. He's guarded by Schroeder with the fadeaway. And the shot goes in. And that's now 6 points for the Cobra.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Schroeder kicks to Noel. Here's Patterson. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Here's the Cobra. The shot that time, not on target. And the Thunder going the other way now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And that was a game where you just sensed that they would get it going and somehow be able to come out with the victory, but just not in the cards on that night.
No, in the end, not even close to being in the cards. Maybe there was some hope for them early on, but by the fourth quarter, people filed out.
Just 3 on the clock. Here's Birch. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
Russell Westbrook, a surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Abrines in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Here's the Cobra. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. A one-do. That's good.
You just can't allow good looks like that from beyond the arc. That's just inviting all kinds of trouble.
Schroeder looking around. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And Schroeder just one of those guys with his speed extremely difficult to guard. He gets the screen, uses the quickness. Advantage, Dennis Schroeder.
Now here's Gordon. 23 points for him the last game against Brooklyn.
Well, I think he was especially impressive on the glass. The defense had no idea what to do with him.
Oklahoma City leading by 7. Abrines kicks to Noel. Passes it to Ferguson. Schroeder outside. 5 to shoot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Dennis Schroeder, a.k.a. Dennis the Menace, remember, coming over from Germany, has been a great slasher and an attack point guard who likes to get around the rim and challenge some bigger defenders.
That's good from Schroeder. And with Schroeder, his ability to cut back, Brent, with the ball is what makes him a great playmaker.
And he plays some games around the screen, and his vision has improved. Being in that system, some predictive passing has helped him along. And he still has some flash and flair to his game. Like to see it when he plays with that kind of confidence.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. George is checked in. Here's the Cobra. 8 points for him. A one-do. Offensive rebound. And there's the pass to Ross. Off target with his 3.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And Noel throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's a one-do. Fades. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Abrines, the pass to Schroeder. That shot off the mark. Gordon with the defensive effort. Here's the Cobra, defended by George. Paul George grabs the miss. Oklahoma City leading by 11. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the left wing. Right at the free throw line. That's good on the jump shot. And the Thunder lead by 13.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. So many modern offenses no longer rely on a point guard to initiate the play. Tell us a little bit more. Walk us through that process.
I think a lot of teams, Kevin, are getting more towards motion offenses, almost playing in a secondary break where you've either coming off a score, you're coming down the floor, the point guard gets off the ball, and with all the players moving around and with the multifaceted skill set of your small forward and your power forward who's now playing at the point, distributing the ball, setting screens, DHO. Because of that skill set, you don't really have the heavy reliance on point guard domination with the basketball, setting up every play, and being the only playmaker on the floor. Now you have 3 and sometimes 4 getting that job done.
Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Orlando also making some changes. Vucevic, he's checked in for Kem Birch. Evan Fournier comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's Jordan in for the Cobra. Now, here's Fournier. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Westbrook kicks to Abrines. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 4th assist in this one.
I don't think the timing could have been any better as Russell Westbrook does a great job of taking advantage of the defense.
Here's Jordan. 9 points in the game so far. To end the run, and the dunk by Jordan.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang! Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
Here's Jordan. Yep, that one goes. Jordan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Here's Adams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, love the aggressive play here from Adams. He gets the shot he wants, and now another opportunity to challenge himself at the free throw line.
The first one falls. Grant, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Now, here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 34-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
A great efficiency on the inside from Steven Adams. Rarely does he take a bad shot.
Jordan kicks to Vucevic. Now here's Jordan. Defense right on him. And it's Jordan with the jam.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. The Thunder leading by 12. Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
Man, shot out of a cannon. Westbrook so quick on the dribble drive. Defenders with no way of getting over there fast enough to stop him.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Here's Westbrook following the bucket by Orlando. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here, and stolen by Jordan. And then slammed in by Jordan.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Now, here's Westbrook. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. Sharon Grant, he's checked in for the Magic. Here's Grant. Pass to Jordan. Paul George with the steal. Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
Well, all of that starting right there with the steal by Paul George, illustrating his ability to anticipate that time, and a great play on the ball.
Now, here's Grant. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game. He kicks to Gordon. Jordan against George. Clock at 6. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Jordan.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Now, here's Grant. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Grant against Westbrook. Over Grant. That one off the back iron and out. The Magic trail by 10. Jordan. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe. So here's Westbrook. He has 6. Grant outside. Pass to George. Cuts it 5. Again, Oklahoma City.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Outside Fournier. Here's Jordan. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Jordan. Left side Westbrook. And then jammed down as he goes right over Nikola Vucevic.
I know it's just 2, but man, that's a nice 2. Westbrook with the insane creativity.
No good from Jordan.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Here's Abrinas. He's got 5, but they get it back. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You take a look at the Raptors. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And of course, there's the Magic, 3.5 back.
And right now for the Magic, gotta be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
No doubt about it. They're one of the top teams everyone's talking about, top to bottom. Everyone in the organization, that means front office, coaches, players, just done an outstanding job this season.
And becoming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Yeah, that's a painful mistake there. All you can do is just shake that one off and try your best to move on to the next play.
Grant kicks to George. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And so Grant will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. It's a 14-point game. Jordan against George. Outside Fournier. Grant outside. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. And they'll turn it over. Did not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. And the Magic making a change here as well. Isaac's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Here's Westbrook. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light them up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Now, here's Vucevic. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Brooklyn.
Well, in this day and age, big men shoot more and more three-pointers, and he's fully capable of a triple.
Here's Grant. Knocks it loose. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and see which teams have been the NBA's best in the rebounding department. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And he makes the first. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Noel's checked in. The Magic also changing it up. Khem Birch comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for Evan Fournier. He's off on the second.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
The shot by George, no good. The Magic trail by 12. It's Jordan on the wing, defended by George. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. 25 points for Jordan.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Ferguson kicks to Adams. The dish now to Westbrook. Tipped away. Isaac with the steal. And here we go with the Magic fast break. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Jordan's got 27.
Well, he made some kind of adjustment to his game after a poor first half. He's been impressive shooting the ball during the second.
Now here's Westbrook. 10 points for him. Passes it to Noel. Here's Ferguson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Down low, George. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Grant surveying the D. He dishes it to Jordan. We've got 1:18 left in the first half. Ross on the wing. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's George. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
Stolen by George, and the call will go against the Prodigy. That's his first foul. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Ferguson. The Cobra is checked in for the Magic. Ross against Westbrook. Dishes to George. Poke loose. Ross with the steal. It's tipped. Now Westbrook. Adams outside. Kicks to Noel. Connects in the foul line jumper. Noel's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, you can't allow those kind of looks. That's the type of defense played by a team staring at a double-digit deficit.
Here's the Cobra. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
For Orlando, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Both good from the line that time.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Ross against Westbrook. The pass to Schroeder. Shoots over Isaac. That will count. Doesn't go for him. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder going into the break with a 10-point lead. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Steve Clifford. Steve, what's the focus going into the second half?
The big thing is they've got so much offense and they have so many guys who come in and score. You got to play every possession defensively, and it's got to be every single possession.
Coach, thanks very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Orlando?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. The Prodigy having a great impact in this game.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
I can't believe how many times he was able to get into the lane and then use his athleticism to give us a show.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. The Magic trail by 10. Tip it off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Jordan is out there with Isaac. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then there's Grant. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Magic.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No doubt without these contributions, they'd be in a much deeper hole in this one, no question.
Here's Ferguson. Vucevic with the block. Here's Westbrook. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Fournier gets a wide open look. Sinks the triple. Fournier's got his second bucket of the night.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
George against Jordan. Now, here's George. Not a lot of room. At the elbow, Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Can't hit from 12.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Jordan against George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. They get Russell Westbrook. The Magic have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. And the first one at the line is good. And so Jordan nails both of them. And here's Westbrook. He's got 10. Pass to George. Here's Ferguson. He's guarded by Fournier. And George kicks to Westbrook. Just 5 on the clock. On target from 13 feet. Westbrook's got 12 points in the game.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
Grant outside. Pass to Isaac. Outside Jordan from downtown. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. And he comes up with the deuce.
And Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession. So interesting with Russell Westbrook. Never really touted or championed growing up, but if you go to UCLA, you have to be halfway decent, don't you, Kevin? 5'8" stick figure back in high school and came off the bench his freshman year at UCLA, and I just don't think anybody saw what was coming out of Russell Westbrook, but we're appreciating it now.
It's tipped. Grant with the ball. He's got 6, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Isaac. Shoots over Grant. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And you heard the story. Westbrook showed up for a basketball camp. And
Wow. Hello.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yeah, Westbrook, you fear this. He gets locked in early in games like this. It could be a monster performance.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. It's Jordan on the wing, defended by George. Beyond the arc. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 9. Here's Ferguson, and he dunks it down.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Now, that's the attack mindset with which they entered the game with, and I wouldn't expect them to let up now.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And they let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Trademarks of the many best point guards in the league, their ability to score in addition to distribute. So here now a look at the top scoring point guards this season. Russell Westbrook 3rd. And of course the Cobra.
And this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and put points up while they find ways to get the rest of the team involved. Really the complete package.
Well, he is the modern point guard defined. Players who aren't just out there to direct traffic and keep the ball moving, but guys who can be the entire offense at times by themselves. Just tremendous scorers.
Count that one.
Wouldn't it be nice to have that kind of verticality in your game? The defender right there and Westbrook up and over the top.
Now here's Fournier. D right on him. That's a 2 from Gordon. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Westbrook. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
The feed to Vucevic. Over Adams. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Adams quick off his feet there with that size and length. Tough to shoot over.
George. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Grant kicks to Gordon. Grant outside. Fournier picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. They'll give it up. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Thursday, they'll head home and take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment. And providing the score, boy, they need it. That stops a 12-0 run by Oklahoma City.
Westbrook finds Grant. Oklahoma City moving it around. Adams, the pass to Ferguson, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
Westbrook against Grant. And here's Gordon from outside. The Thunder pull it in. George has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Man, you see his eyes? Westbrook never getting off the rim there, and he has the focus to absorb the contact and still convert.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant, and Alex Abrinas subbed in for Ferguson.
One shot.
Now, Westbrook just plays with an incredible competitive fire, and that energy right now, he's not taking any possessions off.
Westbrook against Grant. For three, Fournier hits it from three-point range. Fournier's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Magic.
Even though they're still trailing, he continues to be lights out from the field. What a competitor.
And George gets it to go.
Yeah, Paul George on the inside, comfortable knowing where he can get to, just tries to find a sliver of room in order to get that shot off.
Grant against Westbrook. Grant kicks to Fournier, and it's off from three-point range.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Man, it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
Outside, Gordon pulls up. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
A nice shot by George.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Grant outside. Outside Fournier. And the shot is long.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. The past month has been surreal. Averaging about 26 points per, just over 2 steals and 6 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Shot clock at 6. Schroeder up top. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. For three, Fournier. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 9 rebounds now tonight. To the inside, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Here's the Cobra. He's guarded by Schroeder. The Cobra buries it from three-point range. The Cobra's got 13.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Adams finds Schroeder, and it goes down 2 points. And the Thunder lead by 20.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's the Cobra. He's guarded by Schroeder. And there's the pass to Fournier. Ball's knocked loose. From deep, George. They get the rebound, and it's good for 2. 9 points for Steven Adams.
You know, a big guy with the motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
Here's the Cobra. He's guarded by Schroeder. No good with the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Abrinas the pass to Schroeder. Patterson up top. Off target from outside. The Magic shooting around 40% from the floor here. Patrick Patterson, a veteran forward out of Kentucky, had some of his best years, Brent, playing with the Toronto Raptors.
He's a real difference maker for them, coming off the bench and being able to stretch out offensive possessions, shot the ball incredibly well, high efficiency from there. And that's why the advanced stats, I think that the general manager of Oklahoma City thought that Patterson, as an addition here, could help out their offense and give them some punch off the bench.
Kicks it out to Schroeder. In the corner, it's Patterson. Oklahoma City moving it around. That 3 off the mark. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for Orlando. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Pass to the Cobra. Here's Birch. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. The Thunder leading by 22. Here's George. 16 points for him. A floater. Got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Noel's checked in. Isaacs checked in for the Magic. Jordan comes in for Evan Fournier. There's 1:26 left to play here in the third.
Yeah, I'd be aware of Paul George, especially when he's that close. How about that throwdown?
Jordan inside, defended by George. Jordan's shot is off. Oklahoma City has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And for the Thunder, their shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. And the call will go against the Prodigy. That's foul number 2 for him. "54 seconds left in the third quarter. Abrines. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Westbrook.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around as his energy is contagious out there right now.
The fader. Abrines with a rebound.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
To the middle, deflects the pass. Here's Jordan. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Here's Abrines. Misses there. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. Right back after this break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. The 4 and the 5 are Grant and Noel. Felton is out there with Diallo. And it's Nader in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
And the giant wingspan of Bamba strikes again. Just fantastic at spiking shots in a variety of ways.
Quickly up court with the basketball, delivered a perfect strike.
Augustine against Felton. Here's Diallo. Pass to Grant. Right wing. Right side, Felton. 5 to shoot. The good-looking shot from the wing. Well, Orlando shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Augustine from outside gets the three-pointer to fall.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
As the league's star power grows, we see more players taking on roles in entertainment, which is kind of interesting. Do you think that's a distraction at all?
Did you know that I was in a movie myself, Kevin?
Why do you think I'm bringing this up? You have firsthand knowledge of this stuff. Your fingerprints are all over this question.
Yeah, not a distraction. No, I mean, come on. It's an opportunity for guys to go.
It was fun, right? You loved your experience, didn't you?
I did love my experience. I did a couple commercials when I was in Los Angeles. It's a lot of fun.
And you were good.
You're amazing, Kevin.
Thank you. And they won awards.
Thank you. The things did win awards.
I know.
You're very kind. It's not a distraction, though. These guys are kids. They want to do things. They want to do things musically. They want to be on stage. They want to be in movies. They want to do TV shows.
Too, right? Helps the league and notoriety and everything else.
Why not?
And Noel throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. From deep, Jordan. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it.
Jordan against George. The drive by Jordan, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jordan's got 33 points.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
A monster drive there by Westbrook. So explosive. Contact phases him not in the slightest.
The Magic making a switch here. Owundu's checked in. There's no longer a home and road designation as far as light and dark jerseys. Is that an issue at all? I mean,
not really. It's a little off-putting some games where you just flip on and your
trying
brain
to figure out where they
where's this game being played?
Yes.
But with how many alternate jerseys last year teams had and specialty jerseys they had, it's a lot of fun to see the apparel companies paint a different picture on the floor.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
Defense predicated on stopping Russell at the rim, but then he uses that body control and a little bit of touch to float one over you.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Vucevic. His three-pointers off the mark. The Thunder have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And George kicks to Westbrook. Back to George. The pass to Grant. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. They'll take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets. The Magic have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Grant against Westbrook. Now here's Ross. Defense is right there. Here's Grant. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Thunder shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. And the shot goes in.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Ross on the wing. Connects on the 17-footer.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. To the paint. Great communication on the alley-oop.
I'm not sure what's clicked in for Russell Westbrook, but every year he's showing to be a better and better passer and rebounder and a better player overall. That's what being a gym rat has done for him.
Trying his luck deep. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. From deep, George buries the long-range jumper. George has got 23 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Ross for three. That shot is off. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Westbrook kicks to Noel. Inside. And the dunk by Grant.
Grant, one of those big guys that gets up off the ground like a guard. Love to see him throw it down.
Westbrook against Grant. For three, Ross. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. No one near Felton as he lets it go. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. 8 points for Raymond Felton. Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
He kicks to Noel. He feeds it to Westbrook. Isaac with the steal. Grant against Westbrook. Grant finds Vucevic. Now here's Ross. This one for three. No good from Grant. Now Westbrook. They get a hand on it. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
And here is Grant. Kicks it to Vucevic, and stolen by Noel. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. Shoots over Grant. Tries again, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
That's good for Noel. A different look for Oklahoma City. Patterson comes in for George. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. The Magic also changing it up. Ken Burge is checked in for Vucevic. Evan Fournier comes in for Ross. And it's the Cobra in for Jaren Grant. Here's the Cobra. No good on the triple. Oklahoma City shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. And Grant now top of the key. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Grant's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
Here's Birch. Thunder with the rebound.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Adam Silver has said there's probably more basketball being watched and played, Brent, in China than anywhere else in the world. How long before you think we see our next Chinese superstar in this league?
That's going to be interesting when that does happen. Obviously, the type of mark that Yao Ming made in the NBA, it's going to be hard for anybody to match the kind of impact, not just in the game, but what he did globally for the NBA. It just won't happen again. But I'm looking forward to, heck, not just the next Chinese player, but a Japanese player, somebody from India where they love the NBA game, to start to find their way onto rosters in the league.
They're coming. I mean, there's going to be someone before long.
No doubt.
And the Thunder with possession. Clock at 4. Three-pointer on the way. The rebound by Iwundu. Magic shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Pass to the Cobra. Outside Fournier. Pass to Iwundu. Here's the Cobra. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Ferguson's shot is good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And it's Gordon missing.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
Oklahoma City moving it around. Schroeder outside. Back to Patterson. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
But he was very reliable, keeping the ball in his hands during the first half. But he's had a bad case of the butterfingers here in the second.
Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for the Magic. Passes it to Iwundu. Here's Birch. Now the pass to the Cobra. Takes the three. Ferguson with the rebound. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Swiped away. Here's the Cobra. Out to the right wing. Do you think it seems like young players are more receptive to stints in the G League than they were in the past?
I feel that way.
Seems
Kevin,
that way, yeah.
Like the stigma of what was used to be the D League, and maybe it was because those were the grades that I had, that you felt a little weird about it. But now that it's the G League, and now that, like we talked about, almost half the players last year had some kind of touch with the G League. I think that stigma has mostly gone away.
Are you saying you were a G student?
Well, when I gave my mom my report card, she said, "Gee, you got 4 A's."
And so here is Oklahoma City. Here's Schroeder. He kicks it to Patterson. Pass to Grant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. And a change for the Magic. Ross is checked in. Magic shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Here's the Cobra. The shot's good. The Cobra's got 14 points now in the second half.
I tell you, Isaac has great vision for a big man. Can see over defenders easily thanks to that size.
Pass to Adams. 1:25 left to play in the final quarter. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
This is where I could see Schroeder's game improving. More patience and poise. He excels at using his strong pump fake to his advantage.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into the season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
It's good.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Kicks it to Grant. Passes it to Adams. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses.
No good from 18. Schroeder with the ball. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.